Hello, my dear YouTube faithful followers and watchers.
Faithful? Are they really faithful?
Well, they're faithful lurkers.
Oh, okay.
So it's Frank and Angie here in Cuenca, Ecuador, right across the street from the park. Yeah, so we're here at Madrid Park, and something happened today that I just feel compelled to share. And it's just a small thing, but sometimes small things mean a lot. And you might agree. Listen to this.
You were saying that there was, on the bus that we just got off of
Well,
earlier?
we were getting off the bus, and I just noticed out of the corner of my eye that a young lady was helping an elderly man. She was getting off the bus at a different end from the back end, and as we were all walking away from the bus, we were going up towards the front of the bus to walk away from the bus. And she noticed an elderly man coming out of the bus, and she extended a helping hand to help him get off the bus.
That's good.
It kind of struck me, and so as we kept walking, I kept looking back to kind of confirm whether she was his granddaughter or something like that. You know, I thought, well, that kind of stood out to me. So I kept looking, but no, she left the man and then just went her way. And so, I mean, she still could have been a granddaughter, but likely it wasn't. I sometimes think that our minds are like computers, because right at that moment, my mind did a flashback. And it did a flashback to back when I was on a bus similarly, but this was in Southern California. Unfortunately, the event was the complete opposite. There was I got on a bus and walked towards the back of the bus because it was full. At that moment, there were like 2 or 3, I don't remember if it was 2 or 3, young men just cussing out this old man. I mean, the guy must have been at least in his 80s. I mean, these guys are probably 1/4 of the guy's age. And I don't know what happened. I was standing there, and I was kind of listening and watching them, kind of like, you guys need to grow up. And I mean, I was their age, but I would never, I mean, I'm just saying that it just brought back the Southern California for some reason, the striking opposite difference. And I imagine the old man maybe just asked for a seat, you know. Can't see what an old man would have said to, why would he have said anything provocative to 3 young men? I mean, that's just not something people do when you're 80, 90 years old. You probably just asked for a seat, and then they just was sitting there cussing him out in front of everybody. And it just struck me, you know, at that moment, just the opposite. So. Yeah, I sometimes think our minds are like that. They're like a computer. They can do their little search back into the record and pull something out like that, which is kind of
And
strange.
what strikes me is that was 30 years ago.
No, it was
Wow.
35 years ago.
Wow.
It was 35 years ago. So the U.S., of course, Los Angeles. It was Los Angeles. It's a big city.
Well, you know, that's just another positive about Ecuador's culture.
Yeah,
That's
it's just
the way I see it.
The difference was so much more positive that I saw. I never ever see anything like that here. We ride the buses all the time.
Oh, I know it. I always see young people here helping the elderly all the time.
Yeah.
I think they teach it in the schools.
Yeah, I don't know, but you know, part of just being a family
Exactly.
culture that says, well, I have a
Exactly.
grandpa, and I would help. I would, you know, like it if somebody helped my grandpa. I think I think it's something stemming from the foundation of the fact that the culture is foundationally a family-oriented culture. Ride the bus briefly in Southern California before I bought a car, and then after a while I saved up enough to buy a car. But so then I really wasn't riding buses for all that long. I don't know, maybe a few months. And here we've been riding buses for like going on 8 years, and never seen such a thing.
Oh,
but of course
no.
there are pickpockets and such, and drunks sometimes. So I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to make Ecuador sound like it's this perfect haven or something. But still, that was something that just struck me as I got off. But anyway,
Yeah.
thanks for listening, guys.
Okay.